Good morning. Today's message will come from Second Timothy chapter 4. 2 Timothy chapter 4. I read to you verses 5 through 8. 2 Timothy 4, verses 5 through 8. But watch thou in all things, endure affliction, do the work of evangelist, make full reproof of thy ministry. For I am now ready to be offered, and the time of my departure is at hand. I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith. Henceforth, there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, shall give me at that day, and not to me only, but unto all them also that love his appearing. Our key verse 8. Henceforth, there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, shall give me at that day, and not to me only, but to them also that love his appearing. This morning, I'd like to use for a subject and speak on this morning a refund worth waiting for. Jesus is a refund worth waiting for. In life, there's a lot of things that people are waiting for. They're waiting for certain things to happen. They're waiting for children to move out. Children are waiting to grow up. Children are waiting to go to finish school and go to college. Some are waiting to play sports. Some are waiting to start a career in life. We all are waiting to do something in life. Right now, somebody is waiting on tomorrow. Somebody's waiting on next week. Someone is always already waiting on their next paycheck. So we as a people, we know about waiting. This morning, God has given us a message, a refund, talking about his son, Jesus Christ. Jesus is a refund worth waiting for. And I'm going to preach on that this morning. This morning, God gave us this message. I thought about two words that got my attention in the sermon text this morning. And if you guess refund and waiting, you received A plus for today, because those are two things that stand out after the word Jesus is waiting and refund. If it's one thing that can be a hindrance to us or cause us to be about a change or cause us to be different, that's waiting. Waiting is something else. Waiting can bring out the very worst in us. Waiting can certainly tail off on us. And it doesn't help that we live in a very fast-paced life. We live in a life, we live in a time right now, not only in a very fast-paced life, but very few people are wanting to wait. And I'm going to include myself. I really, I won't say suffer from that, but I really deal with waiting. Waiting is something that's part of that I'm really praying for, something I probably need some help in, because I sometimes have a hard time with the waiting, whether it be at home, in the workplace, in the community. Sometimes you can ask somebody to do something for you, and by the time you watch them go and get their coffee or go and put something up or go and talk to someone, I already have it done. And I've already given it to them, but I just lose that interest. I lose that time, because while they're doing something different, it's already completed. Sometimes we may hire someone to help us around here in the home. My wife said, well, you've been working this week pretty hard. We're going to hire someone to come in and help us. And I don't want you to help them at all. I mean, she tells me that before we even hire them, we're going to bring them in, but I don't want you to help them because I know you. And I said, oh, no, we're going to pay them. I'm going to watch them. I'm going to rest. And right away they come, and it's not the order that you want. It's not the speed that you want. It's not the consistency that you want. And before you know it, guess what? There I am right there in the midst doing exactly what I told my wife I wouldn't do. So waiting is something else. In a fast-paced life we live in, very few people want to wait. And I said about myself, and not speaking about myself, I'm still learning on how to wait. God is still working with me. That's what I was trying to get at. God is not finished with me yet. He's still working with me on waiting. whether it be at the store, at the restaurant, sometime at the store, and I get that basket, and sometime we'll go to Fiesta, and man, I'm so happy I'm in that shop, and we're getting things, and then you get to the line, and every line is almost from the front of the store to the back of the store, and then all that happiness that you have, it seems just drain away. Got good sales, and got to look at different things they have in there, and the different fish, and you're excited about it, and all the excitement just goes away because you find out you have to wait. Restaurants, you have to wait. My wife said we're gonna go and wash the truck. We pull up in the line, and there's 3 cars. Oh man, we have to wait. So instead of me waiting, we're gonna come back tomorrow, or we'll come back one day next week. Talking about waiting. The pharmacy, we have to wait. The line was wrapped around CVS the other day. We'll come back another day. And don't mention the drive-thrus. Waiting, car after car. Sometimes the line is so long that you can't even turn into the parking lot. As I said, waiting will tail off on you. Waiting sometime will bring out the very worst in you. And this is where I tell off on myself, because I'll call home and I say, Mary, we're not going to, she asked me to bring something home for the day. And I said, well, Mary, we're not going to have Chicken Express tonight. And she said, honey, why we're not going to have Chicken Express? It's right on your way coming home. And oh, honey, the line is too long. There's so many cars in line at this time. I'm telling her partial the truth, but I'm not telling her the full truth, because the full truth, not only are the cars are in the line too long, I should be telling her that I don't feel like waiting that long. Think about it. Waiting can change you. Waiting can change us. Waiting can just, like I say, bring out so many different things about it. Instead of me telling about how long the line is, I should be telling her I'm not willing to wait that long. Am I the only one guilty of this when the line is too long? CVS, too long at Whataburger. I love that ice, but I'm just not willing. I don't love it that much to wait in that line that long. Golden Chicken Express, wherever it may be. We have to be careful, because waiting can put us through the test. Early years growing up, I know my brother and we used to carpool, and we had like 6 of us would ride from Granger to Austin. And one week I would drive, next week someone else would drive. We took turns driving that week. And in the midst of doing the carpooling, I've seen friends break up friendship because one wasn't willing to wait a couple of seconds, maybe 2 more minutes, 3 more minutes. We always arrive 30 minutes ahead of time. We always arrive early for coffee. We allowed ourselves time for, there's an accident, allowed ourselves time for a flat. We allowed that spare time in there, but found out that I've seen that one wasn't willing to wait a couple of minutes while another one was being delayed, which caused broken friendship. We as a people have not mastered waiting. There have been times in my home when my wife is calm and asks me, honey, as soon as you get home, can you take me to the store? I found something that I really want to get, and I need to get it before they sell out. I need to get it right away. It's a good price. I get home, I drive her, and we pick it up, and she places it in the closet. You did get that part, right? I get off, I drive her to the store, she purchased what she want, we get home, and she places it in the closet. May not always be clothes, it may be shoes, may be a household item, but the next 2 or 3 days may go by, maybe the next week go by, and then the sales come out, and my wife said, guess what, honey? That same item that I had you to go get is on sale. I rushed to get it. If I would just have waited just a couple more days, I could have saved 10%, 20%, sometimes 30, 40, 50% had we waited just a couple of days. The question God is asking you today, have you mastered waiting? Have you become content in waiting in life? Not just waiting on, we're talking about Jesus, a refund worth waiting for. Because if we don't learn how to wait on our earthly things, if we don't learn how to wait in our worldly things in the world, how are we patiently waiting on Jesus? Have you mastered waiting? Have you become content in waiting? We have learned that the Bible tells us, and even in facts of life, that waiting pays off, especially when you learn to wait upon the Lord. So many people today miss blessings after blessings because they do not want to wait upon the Lord. Many children, as I say, they can't wait to grow up. Sometimes parents can't wait for them to move out, miss their blessings because they do not want to wait. We have to learn how to wait upon the Lord. The book of James tells us to let patience have a perfect and excellent work. Proof that when we are willing to wait, those that wait upon the Lord, they shall renew their strength. Going through something, wait. Dealing with something, wait. Something doesn't seem right, wait. Don't rush into it. Pray about it and wait upon the Lord. Wait and God will produce an answer. Wait and God will produce a blessing. God is always ready to produce blessings after blessings after blessings. He is the answer to all of our problems of today when we're willing to wait. We have to understand, surely there's a time when God tells us to go ahead. Now is the time. Go ahead. Now is the right time to act. Now is the time to buy. Now is the time to go. Now is the time to move. Now is the time to make that change. Certainly there's times when God acts on a moment. And then there's those times when God tells us not right now. No, I know you think it's the right time. I know you got your money saved. I know it looked like everything in order to you, but you don't see the other side. You don't see the long road, but God does. So sometimes God will tell us to wait. Not right now. You want it. You're striving for it. You're anxious about it. But God knows best. Looking at the second word in our text, I told y'all waiting. It's a refund. A refund. We just went through that a couple of months ago, January. And someone is still waiting today. Honey, did we get our refund yet? But looking at second word is refund, meaning a payback, receiving something back. A couple of months ago, W-2s was passed out. It was passed out to those that had worked. Everybody didn't receive a W-2. W-2s was passed out and some was mail. Refund. Refund is a time that not only that we have put in, but we also anticipating waiting for. December coming, we're ready for that W-2 to arrive to us. It's refund time. And not only are we aware that it's refund time, but guess what? The stores know that it's refund time. Dealership know that it's refund time. Knowing that refund time is a time where people have been waiting for. It's a time of spending, a time of repairing. It's a time of hoping to catch up. It's a time of hoping to maybe get close to making ends meet. Regardless, you've been waiting for that refund time. As you wait, the stores are also anticipating your refund time. The stores are stocking up. Retailers are stocking up. And yes, your dealerships are bringing cars in because it's refund time. And everybody wants a piece of the pie. Think about it. Everybody wants a piece of the pie. You're going to get it, but you're going to spend it here. You're going to spend it there. You're going to send it over here. You're going to spend it down here. It's just everybody's getting a piece of the pie. We're not the only ones that are waiting. Auto shops, dealerships have been waiting for this time to come in. And to prove they've been waiting for you to come in, they've already got signs made. 0 down, no interest for 3 months. It's refund time. Dime down to drive off our lot. All you need is a dime. Refund time. Ads already made just for us. Buy one, get the next one 50% off. Refund time. How about this one? No credit, bad credit, still approved. It's refund time. We take all trade-ins. Anything you can push, pull, or drag, we'll accept for your trade-in. Now tell me they're not ready for us. They're ready for us. And we are ready for them as well. Or am I the only one that make plans knowing that my refund check is on the way? I want to paint that picture this morning, whether it be Social Security or whether it be TRS or disability, Medicaid, Medicare, or refund check. When you expecting it, it's a refund worth waiting for, isn't it? Time may go by, but it's worth waiting for you know that once it get there, you're able to make choices. You're able to do different things. So today, regardless what you receive, in order to get something back, you must put something in. As I told you before, everybody didn't get a W-2. In order to get that W-2, you have to be to put something in. If you haven't invested into something, you can't expect a check in the mail nor in your account. You have to have input to expect output. So what about your spiritual life? It works the same way. What about your spiritual life? In order to get something out, we have to put something in. What about our sermon text today? A refund worth waiting for. Is Jesus worth waiting for? Let me ask the question today. Do you know that God has a refund waiting for you? The answer should be yes. God has a refund for you. God has a refund for me. But just like an earthly journey, we must give God something to work with. We must put something in. Put something in on our daily and our walks of life. And working on our refund, we must be willing to be about our Father's business. And working on our refund, we must be that workman that needed not be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. Working on that refund, we must work the work of him that sent us while it is day. For when night cometh, no man could work. Working on that refund. Today is a day that we do all we can while we can, knowing that we are working on our refund. If you can pray, pray. If you can sing, sing. If you can clap, clap. If you can stand at the door, be an usher, be an usher. Do all you can while you can. Working on that refund. As I say, we have to put something in to get something out. Today, I'm reminding you that the beginning of your refund start with accepting Jesus in your life. That was the beginning of your refund, accepting Jesus in your life. Your refund start with Jesus. Because who you work for is where your refund comes from. I'm going to paint this picture here. But who you work for is where your refund comes from. You can't work for TGNY and expect the check W-2 to come from Walmart. Doesn't work like that. If you work for TGNY, your W-2 will come from TGNY. Your refund comes from whom you've accepted to work for, whom you've accepted to serve, whom you accepted to pray, whom you accepted to obey. Where you put in, that's where your refund comes from. This morning, church, I pray that you all have accepted to work for Jesus. Not just belong to him, not just to be a child of God, but be a workman for the Lord. Because your refund is received on your work. Your refund is received on your service. May the work I do speak for me. May the service I give speak for me. May the love I share speak for me. May the forgiveness I ask speak for me. May how my giving speak for me. As I've always told the church family, out of all the things you do in the world, nothing can ever compare to working for the Lord. A refund well worth waiting for. Nothing will ever compare than to working for the Lord. So many people, we listen to them when they work. Samsung being the biggest thing around locally. It seems like everybody's working for Samsung. And you may see them at Walmart or may see them at HEB working, but they still work for Samsung. Yes, that's a big company, big billion-dollar company, but even that itself will not compare to working for the Lord. God refund is still available, and it's available to all. The Bible says, whosoever will, let him come. It's available to you. It's available to me. It's available to all of God's children, because the Bible tells us that God is still looking for those that's willing to be on his work on his team. The Bible says the harvest is still plentiful. After all these years, the labors are still few. In my Father's house are many mansions. In my Father's house there are many mansions. The Lord, the earth is the Lord, and the fullness thereof. Our God have what we need. I'm asking you today, God is inviting us today to be a part of his program, be a part of his service, be a part of his praise, his prayer team, and look for that refund that Jesus Christ, whatsoever our God have, whatever we're going through, whatever we're experiencing, our God have what we need. No one is exempt from receiving God's refund, because the Bible says his grace is sufficient. A refund worth waiting for. Jesus is certainly that. As I close today, verse 7 tells us how Apostle Paul received a refund, which is a godly example for us today in closing. Apostle Paul received a refund because he fought a good fight. Second thing, he received a refund because he finished the race. He didn't give up. He continued on in well-doing. And then the third reason, he received a refund because he kept the faith, knowing without faith it's impossible to please God. Apostle Paul stayed on course. He received this refund. Verse 8 closing, letting us know God have our refund on layaway. Has our refund on layaway. It says, henceforth there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, laid up for you a crown of right, meaning that Christ have your refund on layaway. And you know, layaway, they don't really, I guess they still have them, but when I was growing up, they had those layaways. You make a down payment, and then you come in every week or every month, and you pay it until you pay it off, and then once you pay it off, you're able to get the product. God has our refund on layaway. He used his son as a down payment. He have already paid your down payment for you. But he's asking you, asking me, to continue the daily payments on your refund. Not monthly, but continue your daily payments on your refund. And what is your daily payment? Your daily payments is through your prayer. Your daily payments is by your prayer, through your service, by your faith. Your daily payment is by your godly example. Somebody seeing your good works. Your daily payment is by your testimony, knowing what God has done for you. Letting somebody else know how he brought you through. Letting somebody else know how he brought you out of darkness into the marvelous light. Your daily payment is by your praise. Everything that has breath, praising the Lord. He's a refund worth waiting for. He's made the down payment. Now he's asking us to just continue to make our daily payment by your walks of life, by your good works, by your good deeds, helping somebody else, being a blessing to somebody else, making your daily payments by your love, not picking and choosing, but loving you one another as Christ Jesus have loved us, by your fruit of the Spirit, your down payment, and finally, by being about your Father's business. What would Jesus do? That's what God is telling us today. Being about our Father's business. A refund worth waiting for. I pray and trust that you got a thought out of God's message today. Pray and trust you was able to hear and understand the words today that God has given me to give unto you. But I want to share with you, but letting you know that God certainly is worth the wait. He's a refund worth waiting for. And I pray that you will continue to make your daily investments. As I said, if you don't put anything in, no input, there's no output. I want a W-2. I need to put in some work. I need to put in some hours. I need to put in some labor. I want my blessing. I need to give some love, some forgiveness. I need to let my walk be right. I need to be a godly example. For surely Jesus is a refund worth waiting for. I pray that you will not only hide this blessing in your heart, but you will share this blessing with someone else, because always a blessing isn't a blessing till you share with someone else. I pray that God will continually bless you and your family, not just this day, but to richly bless you and yours this day and the many days to come. May God continue to bless you and yours. God bless you this hour, this day, and the days to come.